good. Listen, I got to ask you a question.
Sure.
With our dispensaries that
Yes.
we're opening now, we're starting a Regulation A offering.
Okay.
Do you know what a Regulation A offering is?
It's you're still a private company, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a Regulation A offering. I'd have to look that up, Tommy. I don't know off the top of my head.
I think it's that the non-rich, the non-professional people can invest,
Right.
smaller money.
Yeah, it's kind of like
smaller,
I think it's kind of like venture capital, but for not for venture capitalists.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah, it's almost like crowdfunding, right? Something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But it's not just give me money. You get to buy stock.
Right.
You get to buy part of the company.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about Eighth Icon. This is kind of the umbrella of everything that you and now you brought Cheech Marin into the fold, back into the fold. I think it's a great partnership. You guys are a well-known name, both individually and as a team. And I think this is fantastic. But let's talk about Eighth Icon a little bit and this idea that I saw of the creation of a dispensaria. So, there's traditional dispensaries, that sell cannabis in states where it's legal, California, Nevada, Washington, Oregon, you name it. I mean, that's what they are. They're dispensaries. Tell me about this concept of the dispensaria. What is this exactly?
Well, we're going to use Cheech Chong and because of the Mexican Latino connection, rather than calling it a dispensary, dispensaria. And it gives that sort of that flavor, and I think it's also a nod to the marijuana, because all of a sudden, as soon as they legalize it, it's now cannabis.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Marijuana seems to have this negative stigma about it, but cannabis is okay when actually it's neither one are bad.
Yeah, exactly. And so when it was illegal, it was a marijuana, but now it's legal. It's cannabis and hemp, and all these sweet little words. Well, what Cheech and Chong, because we were we were the first to really publicly do movies and
you guys mainstreamed it. You back in the early 80s, you guys mainstreamed it with your films, with your comedy act. Yep. You guys really put it front and center, and not front and center in a way that was negative. I mean, the negative connotation, I think, came from the government, came from law enforcement, et cetera. You guys put it in a frame of happy-go-lucky, of fun, of not this bad, gonna go out and rob stores and burn the city down. You guys mainstreamed it in a positive way.
Yeah, and that was a conscious decision on my part, because what I wanted to see, I wanted to show the opposites. Like Cheech being the Chicano, and the lowrider, up until then, with the headbands, they were bad guys, they were killers, they had guns, they would shoot you, and then I also wanted him to team up with a rich Jewish kid. I didn't realize that my character was Jewish until I saw the movie and the dialogue, and and that pairing. That's America, the rich white kids and the low rent Chicanos, that's America, like the ghetto black kids and the rich white kids, and getting together and doing rap and doing everything. It's all about getting together. And that was the message and the theme. And that's what's going on now, because right now the marijuana, one of the greatest aspects of marijuana is that you share it. You share it, like cocaine, you don't share. You go out by yourself.
Not that I understand.
Pills and alcohol. Well, alcohol you share, but not really.
Right.
Not really. I used to go to parties in Canada where you carry your beer. You had a case of beer and you sat on it, and
right.
that was your beer. You know,
The definition of BYOB, bring your own beer. That was it right there. Yeah, you're right. I mean, and with marijuana, I think it was. I hate to use the puff puff give or puff puff pass common vernacular.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was kind of built for that sharing mechanism. And I think it's one thing that people don't. It kind of gets lost in the shuffle in terms of when you talk about marijuana and cannabis. That really that's what it was for, because you don't. I mean, and not that I have a ton of experience with it, because I don't. But you don't use it all by yourself.
No.
You can, but you probably shouldn't. I mean,
it's a natural thing, and it started with the musicians. They were the ones that they would, during a break, they go back and share a joint.
Right.
And we used to smoke these little pinners, so it was like marijuana dust, but it was enough. It was enough to smell, and the toke was enough to get you by through the set, the music set, and that was what we were trying to show in Up in Smoke, and then all the other movies too. It was all about trying to diffuse the perception, and also trying to educate. Because one thing that we need in this country, and we're getting it the hard way, with race relations, for instance, the way, the trials that are going on now, and then the black people that keep getting shot, is accidentally. Did you hear that girl? She goes, "Oops, I shot him."
I did in fact see the video. Yes, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
It was. I know it's unfortunate. Someone died, but it's like, what? What kind of training are these people getting? And we're finding out, and so all of this. And the thing is about weed, I had a nightclub in Canada, and it was an after hours club, which is a bottles club, meaning we never had a liquor license.
Right.
So the idea was to bring your own bottle, come in there, get whacked as you could, and then fight with the bouncers on the way home, as you're getting thrown out of the club. Well, as soon as marijuana came into the picture, there were no fights. And
that would make sense.
The cop, you tell the guy to go home, no problem. They got up and went home. They didn't pass out. They didn't sleep. You didn't have to walk them around. You didn't have to, feed them coffee, sober them up. Nothing. Time to go.
Things are mellow.
See you later. Yeah. And that was back in the 60s, So when we finally did Up in Smoke, I was ready. I knew exactly what I wanted to see on that screen, and so did Cheech, and it's still, to this day, it's still teaching. It's
a cult classic. It's a cult movie that still people watch to this day. I want to circle back a little bit. Eighth Icon,
sure.
Where do things stand with that? Are you guys going to focus just on California, or are you looking at other states outside of California to move into, or what's the plan here?
The plan with us is the world. We want to be in all the states.
Okay.
Everyone. We want to be big.
Cali to start. Cali.
And California. We're going to start here.
Right.
My son's in the background giving me direction here. But we're going to start in California,
right?
Because we're here.
Sure.
And there's more people in California than there are in Canada.
True.
So that makes sense. And we've already got a place in Palm Springs that we're taking over, and one in San Francisco. And then we've been offered the city of Richmond as our home place. Yeah, we're going to start with our grows. We're going to do big grows.
Okay.
Because it's very important that we have the whole system in place, because we're very particular as to the product,
Sure.
Because like I say, I don't care what the tax, and, as far as the tax goes, I'm not against tax at all, because it comes back to us. What we're doing, we're sharing with the country we live in.
Right.
And as long as we have the right people in power to do the right things with the taxes, I'm all for it. I've got no problem with the taxes at all, and especially after when you pay, like when you buy good wine. When the people that can afford good wine, they don't look at the price tag
No,
that much.
not usually.
In fact, if it's the more expensive it is, the more the more attractive it is to these guys.
Right.
Because then because how many people can buy a $10,000 bottle of wine?
I certainly cannot.
Yeah, no. We went to dinner with this one guy, and he was like that. He was a wine connoisseur, and so we went to this Wolfgang Puck's restaurant, and he'd been picking up the bill all the time, and so we said, "Oh, we'll pick up the check this time." It was me and this doctor friend of mine, and our wives. And the guy, Michael, he goes, "I don't think you want to pick up this check."
It included expensive wine?
Yeah, $2,000 bottle of wine.
That's too rich for me. So you're going to start in California with the intent of branching out and going wherever you can. And we're talking about from cultivation to marketing to retail. Is what Eighth Icon is. That's what you're looking at, is from start to finish, the entire process.
Yep. Seed to what do they call it? Seed to what?
Sale.
Seed to sale.
Seed to sale. That's okay.
Seed to sale. Yeah.